Ahoy Hoy. Also, if you don't know where Ahoy Hoy comes from, Ahoy Hoy was what Alexander Graham Bell originally wanted to use as the correct answering when you picked up the telephone. So you would answer the telephone and go, Ahoy Hoy. This is most popularly remembered from a Simpsons episode in which Mr. Burns answers the phone, Ahoy Hoy, I believe in like season three. That's a reference to how old he is, that he is so old that he actually predates the telephone and uses the appropriate telephone etiquette. In the end, it ended up losing out to Hello, but Hello also wasn't one of them. But Graham Bell and his partner, who now is credited as an assistant, who probably did more work inventing the telephone, had an argument about how to appropriately answer the phone. Anyways, ahoy hoy, let's talk about League of Legends. If you used my projections yesterday, great news. You crushed because, in probably the weirdest case, the best 4-3, as expected, was IG. This was the best 4-3, which came in second. And then this one here at number three was the optimal. So this was the last one that I ran where I just took all the guardrails off and threw the projections flat in there and ran it and went, nah, nobody's going to run these. This was the absolute optimal. This was the one. But you needed IG, which we knew could possibly win. Nongshim, what a mistake. I made an absolute mistake there. That one's on me. Thought they could at least get a map and we'd break even, but we didn't. So today we have a 5 game slate tonight. Let's talk about it. We have FPX and Weibo. Uh, yeah, look, this over 2.5, we're gonna take Weibo here. This over 2.5 at plus 148, I think is actually a little juicy, but you could also just look at the FPX plus 1.5. But you should never bet. These are like sucker bets, the over 2.5s. But I do bet them. One, because I'm a sucker, but two, because there's just cases like this where it's going to pay better than the FPX plus 1.5. I don't think FPX can sweep Weibo. And I think that FPX beating Weibo in the first place is pretty unlikely. I know they've been performing well, but like they're not good. These aren't good players. Uh, yep. TTIG, this is a really interesting one. This is a big letdown spot for IG, who have been pretty bad, if we're really honest about it. Their win last night over what TES was something, but I think like we should consider TT to be live here. TT have been dog shit, just so terrible for this split so far. Like placements are placements, things are what they are. And they were good in split one. So it's not impossible to me that we get excuse me, that we get some version of them that shows up here and catches a sleeping IG team. Also, we have BLG JDG. This is a banger, right? Like, I think I'm pretty comfortable saying that this is going to be BLG 2-0, but I think that the matchup is really interesting, and I think that you could argue any outcome here. JDG 2-0 doesn't feel right, but we could see BLG in a situation where they're just like in free fall, they're mentally not prepared. They've actually played a ton of games this week. Like this could really be one where maybe JDG have it up. That's the other one. Let's do this. LCK. LCK is pretty straightforward, right? HLET1. What do we do here? I think like I think like the narrative has to be HLE 2-0 because like with Smash back in, and I put Smash in here as the starter. We don't really know, but based on their public statements prior to the last game and being clear that they felt like Smash was the more higher outcome player, the higher potential player than Gumayusi, who had played very, very well, admittedly against worse teams. But we've seen Smash. Smash can throw games. Viper's extremely good. Delight's extremely good. Like Haria is the best support in the game, and Smash unlocks a lot for him. So I'm not saying T1's not live or they can't win, but like just narratively, isn't the funniest outcome HLE 2-0? Like, isn't that the funniest outcome? And that's really what we need to be choosing based on is things that are funniest. And I think that that is absolutely, absolutely the way to go here. Then we have KT and BFX. I actually really like BFX here as dogs. Like KT, this number's gross. I think it's like minus 310. And you're also getting, I don't know what the plus 1.5 is, but I think it's like even money for BFX plus 1.5. I just, I really like BFX here. KT have been so bad. I don't think casting is good. I've complained about Peter before. I just think he's dog shit, but whatever. Lead Napoli isn't going to watch this, but if he does, come get me, bro. Um, Peter's terrible. Kaz is fine. BDD, great. Duck Dumb, historically good. Like Clear's not great, Raptor's not great, Vicla's not great. Like the BFX team isn't great. Kellen's pretty good. Vikla is good. I mean, he's good. He's a pro level player. Diablo has been pretty fine. But I think we got to back BFX here. So I like HLE as favorites to put it on T1. If T1 win, I think my projections probably have their scores a little too low, especially if they 2-0, where I think Smash should score 110, 115 points. So that's like a thing you might want to manually adjust for. For BFX, I think it's probably a 2-1. So I don't think that there's probably a lot of real value here. I do think that a 2-0 is possible. So, all right, let's move everything over. I've already actually transferred everything over. Here's how I did it. I did everybody as 2-0 except for FPX, which I put it as 0-2 because even if FPX win a map, I don't think they win two maps, and I'm just crossing them out. If you want to play FPX, great. When you move your projections over, you can do it. I did also move KT over as a 2-0 and Fox over as a 2-1, and I'm going to adjust that right now. I'm going to move both those over as 2-0s because I think there's really something to be said for this. Let me do this real quick. Look data. Is peanut door and okay, we're gonna re-upload those. So I'd ran it before with no guardrails, and this is what we got. Now KT is favorites. Let's see what it looks like behind me here. Let's move ourselves over to the bottom corner. This one's kind of interesting. This one-off BDD, which I agree, like BDD should score really well if KT win, and I think that the price on him is good enough. And this lets you get to Elk Captain, which is probably where we want to be. We're going to get to so much BLG today, yet again. Do you know why? BLG score well. They're absolutely putting it on people. Um, I just don't know why we wouldn't play them. I think like this line down here in line number 5 is also really interesting. The difference between Way and Elk isn't going to be very much. If we look back at the projections, we can see like Way 101, Elk 101 for these 2-0s. And those are massive. But again, we're in line with Vegas. You can see on my sheet, Vegas has the 33.5 is the projected kill total, which is wild. On these other ones, like in match one, FPX, Weibo, it's 31.5. TTIG, it's 32.5. My model is pretty well in line here, except for Weibo, it has much slower. I think some of that's just historical bias. You might want to bump up those projections manually a little bit. In the LCK, it's 29.5 for HLET1 and 28.5 for KT BFX. Which it has on the line of KT win, but it has us wanting to go under if BFX win. BFX, it has the over under. My model sets the over under at 25, which is, or 24 and a half maybe, which is really quite low. HLET1, the 29 and a half is, I think, way too high, but those teams do so well at kill share and kill participation, rather that I I think we just don't worry about adjusting those. If I were manually adjusting anything, it would be the 2-0 Weibo. I'd raise those by like 10%, especially Light, who I think probably scores higher. Why do I keep closing this window? So this is what we look at. These are vaguely interesting. Get to a lot of BLG. Let's do 4 threes. Oh, there's stacks in here. That's part of why it built that way. Okay, I'm going to take this stack out. Let's just do a 4-player stack, 3-player stack. Well, actually, sorry, I've forgotten I built stacks. Let's just take the stacks out completely and run it. Yeah, it's pretty similar, really. Like, it's a hodgepodge here, but we're still getting to so much way, Captain. 667, 673. Yeah, way, BDD, um, JJ. I actually like, I really like this. The P1 here is going to be wrong, but this one in number 2, the Hanwha. So these are interesting because these have both the teams. So you go, okay, if T1 win, if HLE win, this would be the optimal plus the winning team. Does that make sense? So like this is what my model says the optimal lineup is with no adjustments or guardrails. And then the optimal team would be one of these two teams because those fit for cost. Um, you do additionally have some more money, so you could go up to 5,200. Let's see teams based on cost. Oh, I know you're in here, buddy. Teams based on cost. What can we get for 52? 52 is BLG, so we couldn't get up to. We can't 5-stack it. Okay, let's look at 4 threes. We're gonna add team stack 4 players. We're gonna add a team stack 3 players. We're gonna close this out. We're gonna run 20. Okay. BLG KT. Like, I don't think KT wins tonight, but this is model says it's good. Then model also likes T1, which shouldn't come as any surprise because they're priced extremely well, and a player like Smash can score very, very well. I think I probably prefer this Doran Smash T1, this one here, uh, to this. Because if they lose a map, HLE, which they should at least, this creates some problems. How much cash does that leave us? 600. No, can't improve a team there. Right? 52, yeah. Yeah, so you'd have to take on a little team risk, but it's really targeting that. This is bonkers though. Like I'll play this since I like HLE a lot. Okay, let's take some teams out. Let's take out we saw a lot of T1, we saw a lot of HLE. Let's take both those out. Okay. It's just BDD again. So the value is KT Rolster as far as favorites go. We're going to put those guys back in. No, let's just take out everybody but BFX. Yeah, I mean, if you think BFX are going to win, this leaves a lot of money on the table, but it's not going to outperform Weibo probably. Yeah, so I just don't know that we can get to BFX tonight. I really want to. Like maybe I can get them a team. in a 4-2-1 build, that would give us a lot of savings if we think they're going to win to play them at team. TT. I think TT are so interesting. I mean, IG are clearly the better team than TT. It's like not even close. But it's so funny. It would be so funny if TT win. Okay. I'm gonna leave BFX in. I'm gonna add HLE back in. Uh Clearly we can pick out FPX and let's do that. I'm just surprised we're not getting to any JDG at value, but I think it's just because we can't beat these BLG lines. Tion Captain. Well, that's funky. This will not be optimal. It's just interesting. Kind of like Viper Captain, but why would I when you can just Elk Captain? Yeah, this one is so good. Elk Zeus Way Night Viper on Hanwha Life. 49.6. It's a great value. Okay, let's take HLE out. Let's take out, well, actually, let's put everything back in, but take out BLG and see what we get. Right? So without BLG, it's IGT1, IGJDG, right? IGBFX. That's like pretty interesting. Yeah, if you think BFX's dogs can win, this is a way that you can get to that 4 stack of IG at their price. Especially if you think that BLG are going to lose or maybe underperform in a 2-1. They really like this line. Okay, we're going to cut this one out. I like that line. I'm going to play that line. And I think this one here. So yeah, if I'm playing 2 lines tonight, if I were just playing 2 lines, I think these are the 2 lines I play. And then right behind it, the third line is one of these Elk Captain. It'd be this one. He said, choose shop and compare. It doesn't matter. I'll do it in a second, but it would be the second one with BDD and Duck Dom. KT Rolster and team right at 50,000. So I think like those are the 3 lines. So those two and yeah. I think that's what I would look at. Those two and then this guy here. Elk Ben Way, BDD Duck Dom on KT Rolster. All right, let's put all the games back in. Take the stacks out. Limit opposing players to 0. Rock and roll it one more time. This should be pretty similar. Yeah, this is like I like this one here. Ben, GG rookie elk on T1. I like that a lot too. It's like hard when you can just like, because you want to get to Gala and Night or Gala and elk, but I'm just not sure we can get there. Let's try though. Let's try. Let's see if we can get to elk captain, lock him in, and then let's see if we can get to Gala ADC and what that would look like with no opposing players. Okay, hear me out. Like, these are pretty good lines. You gotta believe in BFX. Um, or T1. Those are your options, BFX or T1. And I think if you're playing T1, I think you want to play Smash instead of Gala. Um, but this first one here, all I need is BFX to win, and I think clear. But we could put BFX at team maybe, and say, okay, what can we do if we save that much money? So let's lock BFX in at team, which I only have at 55 points. I should have changed that to 62 so that it's in line with everything else since we changed those projections. So actually, that does matter a little bit. So if we put BFX in, it's still giving us clear. I kind of like this over here at 3. Elk Ben Wei, Xiaohu Gala on BFX, Gala Curia BFX. Yeah, this T1, T1, T1. Like I kind of, if I can dodge the T1 HLE game, this one's interesting. Like, do we like rookie more than knight? Projection put him within a point, and I think rookie probably should be. So, if we do like a manual adjustment and say, oh, we want rookie over knight, let's do that. It's still giving a clear. Let's see what our top prices are. Yeah, I mean, he's the cheapest price, which is why he's going to keep coming up because even in that $1,200 savings, we can only get to casting, which is on the other side of BFX. And that would leave us without a correlated team slot. I guess we can get to Zeus. So Zeus instead. Yeah, so like here at 6, Elk, Zeus, Way, Rookie Gala on BFX. That leaves only $200 on the table. It's a pretty awkward build. I think probably the thing to do though is just to get to Way. Let's look at this here. Zeus 71, Clear 77. That's why it's not popping. Ben 82. I think though that like the question is the split between Gala and GG enough? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think you just want to simplify it. Uh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have a cat here. Hello. Say hi. Say hi. Say hello. 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 I just realized my camera's been in front of this number 6. This is the one I was talking about where you could do Elk, Zeus, Rookie Gala. But like, I don't know why you would. When you can just do Way at Captain, right? Like we've seen these. Okay. Um, let's fix all of those problems, fix all of that, see what we can do. If we decide, hey, we just want to play BLG and IG, what's the best we can do? Support captain. What if we add in DFX, but only the team? And the way we're going to do that is we're going to create three team stacks, three, three, and a one. And then we'll do a 4, 2, and a one. And that'll give us all our options. So we can get to way here or GG. And then this is with three BFX. But oh, actually, there's an easier way to do this, isn't there? I can just go into general, say max players from a team one for BFX. One, one. I'm stupid. So dumb. And then we can get rid of these stacks. Yeah, I'm not sure what this will leave us with, but let's take a look. Yeah. I mean, this is a, I think this is a really live line. That's not the one we clipped earlier, is it? Nope. This is really exciting. Way Ben GG rookie Alcon BFX. 49.3, that leaves you a 600, which means you could also play T1 or JDG. Well, you don't want to play JDG, but you play T1. I think JDG's the real wild card if you think that they can beat BLG tonight, but uh, it's JDG. I mean, they're great. They're a great team. Like maybe they can. Anyways, good luck to you. Say ahoy hoy to the people you love.